It looks fun, it looks glamorous, it looks easy, when in reality, a lot of times that couldn't be further from the truth. Hi, I'm Iris, and I've been working remotely for the past 3 years on and off. Recently, I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers. A lot of you came from my How to Find Remote Jobs video. Even though I create a lot of videos about being a digital nomad and share the fun sides of the remote lifestyle on my channel, I feel like it's only fair to you guys to be transparent and talk about the negative sides of it as well. Working remotely has become a trendy thing to do, and a lot of people aspire to live this lifestyle because as soon as we open a social media app on our phone, it's all in our face. It looks fun, it looks glamorous, it looks easy, when in reality, a lot of times that couldn't be further from the truth. Here are some massive downsides of traveling full-time while working that you absolutely need to know about before becoming a digital nomad. The first one, and for me this has been the absolute worst one, is travel burnout. It is exhausting and mentally draining to start your life over every time you move to a different destination. And I'm not even speaking about making new friends here, just the fact that it is so easy to get overwhelmed by the logistics of changing locations while you're working at the same time. Most people forget that working remotely is not the same as being on a holiday. You are constantly either at work, packing your bags, planning your next trip, changing accommodations, or dealing with language barriers. You are always on the lookout for working Wi-Fi, you have to deal with unreliable internet, you're sweating through your important meetings and praying that your connection will not die. Some months it's easier because you're staying in a country where everything just works, or you found yourself a home base and you know where to find everything. But other days it takes so much of your energy just to figure out how and where you can do your work as efficiently as possible that by the time you start working, you're already tired. And when you're done with work, you force yourself to go sightseeing or hang out with other travelers or check out the cool spots someone else recommended because you don't want to miss out on these things. Otherwise, you traveled to this exotic place and all you did was working and sleeping. It all looks so easy on people's Instagram, but if you don't make time for your personal well-being and rest, you will burn out very quickly. No matter what you see online, it is simply not realistic to move between destinations every couple weeks and not get overwhelmed. And this is the number one mistake I see people make. They get so excited about all the countries they want to see that they plan 1 week here, 3 weeks there, a couple days in another place. If you want to work while traveling and not get burnt out, you need to slow down. I recommend you stay in one place for at least 1 month. And by at least, I mean that this is the absolute minimum. Better is 2 or 3 months. Loneliness. Unless you are constantly making an effort to meet new people, working remotely while traveling can be quite lonely. Not gonna lie, this is especially hard for introverts. You will need to step out of your comfort zone and start a conversation with the person at the table next to you in a restaurant. You will need to ask other travelers if you can join their weekend trip to the beach. You have to be proactive and engage in conversations with strangers who are working remotely as well. Renting a spot at a co-working space or joining group trips will make this easier, but you still have to actively go there and sign up for these things. Not only that, but while you're traveling, you're going to miss out on family events at home. Your friends might have a big get-together that you won't be able to join. You might not be able to attend a funeral. And when things like these happen, you will feel isolated and alone. Dating. This is a tough one. This topic could easily be a whole separate video. Dating as a digital nomad can be rough. If you're single, you essentially have 2 options. You either date someone local who lives in the country you're staying in, or you date a person who travels as well. However, if you fall in love with someone local, it is pretty much a guaranteed heartbreak if you know that you will move on to a different country eventually, unless you cancel all your travel plans and stay, or you decide to come back to the same place later on. But you never know what happens in the meantime. You could meet someone else, they could meet someone else, there might be visa issues. It's not easy. Or you date a person who travels as well. That could be a little bit less tricky, but only assuming you can continue your travels together. However, a lot of people already know where they're gonna go next and they already bought a plane ticket. So you could either be very lucky and have similar plans, or you'd have to meet them again at a later point in time. It is very easy to start a temporary situationship or just date casually while you're traveling because most people know they're only in one location for a certain amount of time. But if you're looking for something serious, it can be tough, and a lot of times it will involve some sort of a long-distance relationship. Hobbies. It is hard to keep up with hobbies that require specific equipment or tools. Let's take painting for example. If you're a creative like me, you have your favorite expensive colors, you need your quality brushes, you need a canvas to paint on. There is no way you can take this stuff with you wherever you go, because that stuff alone would require a separate luggage trolley. And then when you're done painting, what do you do with the finished artwork? Also, if you don't paint for a couple of months because you don't feel like it, you still have to carry all these art supplies around with you, and they're just gonna be in your way. Gardening. Physically impossible. After traveling for a while, you will crave the comfort of your favorite hobbies, and you will start feeling this itch that won't go away unless you find a way to give into it. I still painted while I was abroad. It's just that I went to a local store and bought super cheap colors and canvases because I knew I had to leave them there eventually, which was not as much fun because of the bad quality, and I also had to give the artwork to someone else afterwards because what am I gonna do with it? You will have to make certain trade-offs and find different hobbies that either don't require a lot of equipment or are easy to do abroad as well. These are some of the biggest downsides of remote work that I've been struggling with the most. I don't think they can be avoided entirely, but I do believe that some of them can be minimized to some extent by staying in a destination for a longer period of time. However, if any of these things sound like a complete nightmare to you, the remote lifestyle might not be the right fit for you. If working remotely while traveling is a success is entirely up to you and your personal preferences, and I believe you won't be able to tell unless you give it a try. I hope this video brought some clarity to you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comment section and I will get back to you. I hope you're having an amazing day and see you next time. Bye!